welcome back to my channel. Yes, I know it has been a while, I have been gone, but trust me, you are not going to want to miss this. In the spirit of course, Halloween, I wanted to do something scary, but because of the whole pandemic, we kind of had to mark it down when it came to partying and trick-or-treating and things like that. But I did find a local ghost hunting company, and we decided to visit one of the most haunted Idaho attractions we have here. Now, me and my buddy Tyler are going to be doing this, and this is a two-part video, so this is part one, and this is just going to be me explaining the history of the building, what we plan on doing, and what has been reported in the past. And the part two will be the actual experiment. So if your curiosity gets piqued, I suggest you watch part two. Now, with that being said, we are going to be talking about the Idaho State Tuberculosis Hospital. Now, this actually has a pretty interesting story, if you ask me, going through 3 different stages of development over its course. And honestly, I don't think there could have been a better video I could have made as a comeback. So, of course, that's what this is going to be about. Like I said, this is part 1 of part 2. Part 2 is the actual hunt. This is me talking about the history of it. So I do want to preface this video by saying that everything I do say is factual down to what I could find, as well as any events that do take place in the actual hunt have been completely, have been unedited, have been unchanged. There was no script, there was no staging involved, none of that. But I do want to also say that paranormal activity, as well as the afterlife in itself, is a subjective topic. Therefore, you can decide for yourselves whether you choose to believe or disbelieve the proof or evidence that is given in part 2. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this awesome video, and I will see you later. Bye! This is part 1 of a 2-part video series. If you're looking forward for the ghost hunt, that's going to be tomorrow's video. But for today's video, I'm going to be recapping the events and history that took place of this building prior to me actually visiting. So with that being said, let's start at the very beginning. This actually takes us all the way back to 1920, when the building was first erected as a dormitory housing unit for students attending the Gooding, Idaho Gooding College. This college was actually founded back in 1917 and was mainly used as an art college. Anybody who was pursuing art, that degree, that's what they would use. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. I did some research, and I actually know a few of the artists, well, rather I know of their work, that attended that college, and they are absolutely amazing. If I can find the pictures again, I will post them right there. But anywho, as this college was continuing, as it continued to grow and gain more traction, the Methodist Church actually got involved by making huge, substantial funds to keep the school maintained and honestly above water. Well, at least they tried. That was up until 1938, in which the school closed down just due to overall lack of funds and personnel. Now, after the school closed down, they decided that they would donate the buildings to the Methodist Church. They held onto it and kept it maintained for a good while, up until 1941, when they gave it to the state of Idaho to do whatever they wished with that. State of Idaho decided that this would be best if they started to turn it into a local hospital due to a lot of rising tuberculosis cases. However, when that theory came to the Gooding, Idaho population, they were not happy at all. I mean, the amount of anger they had in them was truly substantial. They were already a small population to begin with, and they were not exactly ideal for having a bunch of numerous cases of an uncurable disease at the time come and basically infect with them. It was a dangerous and scary idea that not a lot of people were obviously for, and considering the state that we are in now, I can see why. I'm sorry, I'm taking a breath because I'm a big bitch. I gotta calm down. I'm not here right now. Oof, but Lord. Anywho, nope, I got there. Anywho, the state of Idaho decided that they would open the hospital up into, like I've stated, 1940, I believe, was when they were scheduled to open. However, due to the lack of funds, equipment, and personnel, because World War II was present at this time, they had to delay the opening, and it did not open until May of 1947. The hospital itself actually ran for 29 years and ended until 1976. However, during its time, it ran a good number of cases, of course, among death and among those who were, well, cured, for lack of a better term. Now, however, like I said, in 1947, the hospital closed down. No, 1976, my word. 1976, the hospital closed down. and with it kind of brought a sour tension, so to speak. The building was left on its property to rot, and nobody really knew what to do with it. Neither did the state of Idaho. A few state legislators decided, hey, maybe we can demolish it, and they've tried numerous times, however, to no avail. For some odd reason, they cannot seem to demolish this building, which was fine. As we continued, it was actually purchased by a lovely man by the name of Gary Hannon, who later revamped one of the main buildings into a lovely into a lovely hotel known as the Get Inn. I don't know why he named it that, but honestly, I am so much vibing for that. He went so far as to give you an incredible experience that he actually rented out 8 of the guest rooms that you could, stay in, was actually the nurses' dormitories, which honestly, that is cool if you ask me. I don't care what anybody says. That's cool to me. Now, of course, as time went on, it became harder to manage and it just wasn't much of an issue. So in 2002, it was later bought by a lovely Mr. Tony. I can't remember his last name, but I'm sure it'll be right there. Anywho, Tony was a fabulous owner who actually knew how to revamp and sell, and he opened his inn to the public. As the public attended, more paranormal situations started to rise, and of course, that always gains publicity and attraction, and people always get curious about it. Now, some of the things that these witnesses have discussed, of course, most of them are private, but some of them that they have been willing to share have been things related upon this. Number one, and this is probably the most biggest one, was that footsteps and whispers can be heard echoing down vacant hallways. I don't know about you, I don't like to be alone sometimes, and if I hear a footstep, I go into full panic mode and I'm ready to attack everything. I once kicked my dog. It was intense. They have yet to forgive me. That was one of the most prevalent situations, which I do understand. After that being released, it gained a few little hints of traction with fellow ghost hunters, mainly nearby in the area, nothing too grand. As it continued, unexplainable voices could be heard speaking in bedrooms, attics, and the basement. Now, of course, you hear voices, now it's getting a little more interesting. But, again, nothing was verified as factual, so it was left undetermined. Until a little bit later, when it was proven that apparitions have started to appear. There are 3 main apparitions that have been noticed to be seen in the buildings. One is a woman with her young, what is presumed to be her daughter, roaming the hallways. Another is a large, elderly man in a white trench coat. He is known to be staring via the window and likes to maintain his place up in the attic. And the last one has been noticed to be a very angry individual who spends most of his time in guest bedrooms, and have even been reported by some witnesses that they have been felt a pair of eyes watching them as they slept. Now, honestly, I am super excited and I am gagged that this is actually going to happen. So without further stallment, I am devastated that it won't happen tomorrow, so I got to keep waiting. But let me tell you something, this is going to be a ride of the life, and if your curiosity was piqued at any time in this video, please, by all means, go ahead and like the video. Comment down below what you're excited about. Do you believe in the paranormal? And if so, have you had any experiences? And also subscribe to hit the little bell icon, because once you do, you'll be able to be notified once I make that ghost hunt video public. This is terrifying for me. I'm excited. I'm going to get possessed, and we're all going to have a great time. I'm just so excited. Anywho, like said, if you did enjoy this video, like, comment, and subscribe, favorite this, share it with your friends. If you need something to laugh at, if you gotta laugh at me, do it. I don't care. Publicity is publicity, and I will take it when I can. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and see y'all next time.